Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash, the one to the apostle nails, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua have mercy upon you. Okay, done a video yesterday and was speaking about Nato, going into Greenland, and somewhat calling themselves protecting it. But guess what? Guess what, y'all? I might name this: will NATO, EU back down to Daddy Trump? But I'm gonna answer my own question. Yes, because it says NATO troops evacuate Greenland amid Trump's tariff threat and Russia's warning. It wasn't Russia; it really was Trump, right? Listen to this here. Let's get to it. Oh, shit. A battle in... Y'all bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, y'all. Okay. Hold on, y'all. You guys didn't put it on silent. Y'all bear with me here. Okay, here we go.
15 Bundeswehr soldiers dispatched to Greenland as part of a NATO reconnaissance mission quietly boarded a civilian Icelandair flight and vanished from the island without explanation. No press conference, no official statement. Just a hasty retreat that left European allies scrambling for answers and handed Donald Trump what many analysts are calling a symbolic victory in his campaign to claim Greenland for the United States. It was as if someone in Berlin had suddenly decided that playing with fire in Greenland could cost far too much when facing Trump's economic arsenal. The message received in
economic arsenal, meaning tariff, and what else? What's coming next? To my 10% tariffs on what? He actually did it on I think he said between 6 or 8. No, 8. 8 NATO members, which is was going to cause a trade war against what? Against his allies.
In European capitals was unmistakable. When Washington applies pressure, even the continent's largest economy folds. The timing could not have been more revealing. Just one day before the German withdrawal, Trump announced sweeping tariffs targeting 8 NATO allies, including Germany, the United Kingdom, Finland, and Denmark, directly tied to the Greenland dispute. The message was unmistakable: fall in line or face economic consequences. And within hours of that announcement, Berlin ordered its soldiers home. All scheduled activities were canceled in silence. The reconnaissance that was supposed to demonstrate European commitment to Arctic security ended before it truly began. What was meant to be
ended before it began. The quicker they got off that damn plane and went in there like they doing something, they went and got right back on them. Huh? And that was Trump. That was all Trump doing.
A show of Allied resolve became instead a demonstration of Allied weakness. European officials insist the withdrawal was routine, a pre-planned end to a short reconnaissance trip. German military spokespersons later attempted to downplay the situation, stating that the mission had simply concluded and results would now be evaluated. But they offered no explanation for why it was cut so dramatically short. The official narrative crumbled under the weight of obvious questions. If the mission was always planned to last 44 hours, why had Berlin suggested extending it just one day earlier? Why the sudden reversal? Why the complete silence from military leadership? The optics tell a different story, a story of a continent caught off guard by American pressure, unsure how to respond, and increasingly divided over how to handle a U.S. president who has made territorial expansion a cornerstone of his foreign policy agenda. For years, European leaders lectured the world about sovereignty and international law.
Man, I mean, Trump he is literally, I mean, like Debo, man. He just Deboing everybody, including his allies. He Deboing the hell out of them. I'm gonna come back to this here. Listen to this woman right here, right? I mean, they got to talking proud, but listen to this woman right here talking about Trump, right? This is probably why he did what he did. Listen to this woman here now. She's the let me see, Greenlandic politician shows mirror to Trump over island invasion plan he doesn't know about. So listen to this here. And y'all know Trump, boy. Trump don't like take no lip for no woman.
Atlantic people, we don't really value cash and Kardashian lips and fake boobs and stuff like that very highly. Actually, you cannot even own land in Greenland. You can get an allotment for your house, and then you own the house on top of the land. But Greenlanders don't believe in the land is for one person, is for everyone. And so is the seas, like the riches that we have there. So it's a big miscalculation that he thinks that Greenlanders would be incited by cash or something like that. We're not. And even if you were to say like $100,000 per person or something like that, we wouldn't give up free health care. We wouldn't give up free education. We wouldn't give up being a part of Europe.
These people got free everything. Huh? Free everything. Free health. Hell, the health care within itself is major. Huh? Free health care and free everything.
We wouldn't give up on our sovereignty eventually. And we're a very sovereign people within the Kingdom of Denmark. We're autonomous right now. We do not want to be rich like the Americans are. See how greedy they are? They're even trying to shoot their friends or invade their friends just for greed. And we know that there's minerals and oils possibly in our underground, and that's worth so much more even than that. But even if we didn't have that, we would still not be bought.
Everybody know the true agenda, and even everybody know, but they can't stop him. He's still gonna get his wishes.
So everyone here knows about the Inuit in Alaska and all of the native tribes, Indians, American Indians who are there. Their land was taken from them, and they haven't been treated that well in America. And we know that Trump is very much surrounding himself, at least with the white power people. And we are not white, as you can see. We are of color. And so we know our rights probably would be taken away.
That's one for you big mouth thinking that she's a so-called white woman. I know a whole lot of y'all was about, what's this white woman talking about? No, she ain't white, y'all. She's not a white woman, y'all.
And we also know that we're very good as we are together with Denmark. As mentioned before, we have free health care, we have free study. Whatever you want to study, you can do that for free. And actually, government will give you money to study. So while you're studying, you're getting a grant from your government. So all of that we wouldn't trade for, like the welfare state, we wouldn't trade for anything in America. But also, you have to remember, a lot of Greenlanders have family, like their mother.
I thought America was the land of the free, y'all. I thought America was the land of the free.
Father or grandmother or grandfather who's Danish. We do have a 400 years history together or more in terms of being interconnected in that way. So. And we're also seeing a lot of protests in America right now that is unsettling with the ICE agents who are sort of going after a lot of people. And from here it looks like maybe he's going a lot after brown people. And we are considered brown people, as you can see. So, yeah, we would rather stay with Denmark. Thank you. America has had up to 17 bases here, and they have closed them all down except for one, the Bidufik Space Base. And America could amp up the base presence, their military presence, and even their military capabilities here all they wanted to. So that is not the argument. And of course, everyone in Greenland knows this. We may not be many, but we read, we're educated, and we know about the news of the world, right? Especially.
Mean we have more common sense when it comes to dealing with the enemy, even though they're some would say a friend of a friend, right? Hold up, you know what? Let me prove that. Let me prove that right quick. Listen to this here. Lisa Murdoch says, "I like to live in a country where people value each other more than money." Yeah, right. Anyway, Shauna says, "Why aren't any of the TV stations showing this?" What you mean? Why they ain't showing it? It's obvious. They're not. This is not something that they want to show the public concerning. I mean, she's bold in her speech and her tone and everything, very bold, but they don't do no good. Mayflower says, "This is how normal, loving, sane, healthy, caring people sound like." You know, we all, the Israelites. When the Israelites, the righteous, come back into authority of the earth, man, you don't have to worry about being oppressed like this, man. No clean food, no nutritious food, and no clean water. Hey, you don't have to worry about these things. Let me see something. Trish Williams say, she said it in the first sentence, "Freedom can't be bought. Freedom is not a privilege, it is a human right." Tell that to Esau Edom. Fantastic. This should be on every TV channel and media network globally. Thank you. Nope, it's not going to be there. We can finish listen to her little rhetoric. Because that's all it is. She would not be heard on those on news channel, not with this here.
Especially regarding our own country. So we know about the treaties that we have with America. This is very much akin to when you have a dog sledge team, when he's using that analogy.
Don't you know America has broken every treaty that, and he probably already, I mean, listen, man. These people, American, has never upheld a treaty. That treaty probably already been broken, and she just don't know it.
And one of the dogs all of a sudden turns around and bites you. You have to take it out of the kennel. You have to take it outside and shoot it. Of course, we're not going to shoot Americans. We're peaceful people, but you cannot trust that dog anymore forever. America has 10,000 soldiers who are for combat in Arctic society. Finland alone has 35,000. We also could impose, if we wanted to escalate stuff, we could also impose like dropping all American treasury bonds, right? That would hurt. We also have, when you look at France and Canada and all of the allies that are coming to our rush right now, a very big arsenal.
Wars. Now you heard her? See, this. Let me see something. This was, let me see something, y'all. What was this? The 18th. January 18th. Which was yesterday, right? So almost 2 days ago. Right? What the day is? The day that... No, yesterday. That was yesterday. Right? So, but, let me say this here. Well, it might be 2 days ago now, because, in America, midnight is another day. Like she said, that dog gonna bite you in the back. She said again. Let me bring that back a little bit, cause she made that was a. Let me bring that back a little bit right here. Listen to this here.
If we wanted to escalate stuff, we could also impose like dropping all American treasury bonds, right? That would hurt. We also have, when you look at France and Canada and all of the allies that are coming to our rush right now, a very big arsenal actually of soldiers and of weapons especially. I mean, America had to borrow Denmark's warship for Arctic seas. So, I mean, it's not a given that America would win here. We fought alongside America in a lot of other wars around the world because we wanted to adhere to the treaties that we had gone through. But they have seen that some of the street fighting in Syria, for example, has been very, very hard on Western soldiers, right? I imagine it will probably be the same in Greenland. It would be like something else. So I wouldn't laugh at that.
She actually talking like she really have. She must don't know about Venezuelan president. Y'all just as is you be just as easy. You be even more easier. Even more. But she spoke about concerning never trust them again. What that goes into Ecclesiasticus what's that, 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So he can't be trusted. Why? Why they can't be trusted? Because they have a history of what? Of backstabbing people. Even their own ally. Look at what they're doing. I mean, when I tell you he's that's just like, you know, y'all, they already knew this here, right? You know, like the scriptures speak about who would pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, huh? Or any such as come near a wild beast. Y'all already knew that beast. What's that precept here? 13, Revelation 13. Who is able to make war with him? That was wounded. No, that wound was healed. That deadly wound was healed, should I say? Which is America. So it's just really Rome. America is Rome. The return of Rome coming back into what? Into power of authority of what? Of the earth. So America is that which is Babylon, that who stand alone when it comes to that, because the scriptures speak about him being stalked as his others damn y'all. You know, I didn't want to get all these. I didn't want to get all this. That's Daniel, ain't it? But you know, trapping my. Nah, that'll take me to. You know what? I not get it, y'all. Let me see something. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm a little tired, y'all. I'm a little tired. What did I say? Daniel. I actually said a few things, a couple, right? But I think I wanted that. Let me see something. Am I right? Is it Daniel? What's nothing? No, my man. No. It's not Daniel. What I'm thinking about? Because I can't, you know what? Let's go to Revelation real quick. Because I spoke on concerning Revelation 13 and verse 3. Yeah, tired. 13 and verse 3. Listen to this right here, right? And I saw one of his heads, and one of what head? One of the 7 heads, or the 7 empires that existed in that time, right? One of his heads, as it was wounded. Who was wounded? The Roman Empire. It was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, which is America coming back. America has what? Complete power and authority, and they are definitely the hammer of the earth. And they are not going to be be taken down by anyone but what? Yahweh Shai. He's the only one. Yahweh Shai has to come back to what? To take these devils down. And his deadly wound was healed. That's a miracle. And all the what? The world wondered after the beast. And the beast was what? The European Union. And they worshiped the dragon, which is what? The Roman Empire all over again. That's a miracle. That's that what? That's the deadly wound that was healed, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Esau, Edom. The Roman Empire all over again, y'all. Right? Made that point. I'll get to the other one in a minute if I can think about the precept, where it's at.
But of course nobody wants war and nobody wants to be invaded. Of course there are bad chapters with Denmark and Greenland because we have a 400-year history. But actually I also saw a YouTube video that kind of emerged recently that said American soldiers were very bad to some of our people here too in Assuk, which is a small settlement in here. Some of the elders that remember them also said, well, those guys were really not that good. So it really doesn't matter what happened between Denmark and Greenland. We'll figure that out. Denmark and Greenland is fine as we are. We will figure it out. If we want to be independent, Greenlanders should be able to decide that. Not with pressure from a superpower somewhere. And we are well aware that if we became independent tomorrow, he would just invade us because he would have no problems with Nato, Europe, everything.
See, this is why you don't put no woman in power or any politician or put her in authority. She don't know how to keep her mouth closed, right? She don't. I mean, that's you women. Meaning you don't know how to control yourself when you should, right? They might not. I don't know. I don't know if they got. I'm quite sure they got American media and news over there in their country, right? Because they're allies. So she must not been watching the overall effects of what Trump been doing to everyone, taking ships, oil tankers, and even messing with Russia. He's not going over there taking on Russia. That's a whole different story. Now that's a whole different ball game when messing with a superpower like Russia or China, right, or one of those. But Denmark and Greenland, that's a breeze. It's a breeze. So if he wanted to fly down tomorrow, right now, to take it, he can take it. It ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. But, and she is running her mouth. And what happened? The NATO troops evacuate Greenland amid Trump's tariff threat and Russia warning. But really what? Trump. Russia ain't had to do anything. Listen up.
They imposed sanctions on nations that violated borders, condemned territorial acquisitions, and championed the rules-based international order. Now, faced with American economic leverage, those principles appear remarkably flexible. The same powers that sanctioned Russia for Crimea find themselves unable to mount a coherent response when Washington targets their own interests. According to Bild, Germany's leading newspaper, the 15-soldier team arrived in Nuuk on January 16th under the command of Rear Admiral Stefan Play. Their mission, organized at Denmark's invitation, was to assess environmental conditions and logistical feasibility for future NATO exercises in the Arctic zone. The team was drawn from across the Army, Air Force, and Navy branches of the Bundeswehr, representing a cross-section of German military expertise. Other European NATO members had dispatched similar reconnaissance detachments, all part of a coordinated effort to demonstrate Allied commitment to Arctic security in the face of growing American pressure. But from the moment boots hit Greenlandic soil, the mission was overshadowed by escalating tensions between Washington and its European partners. The deployment came just 2 days after a failed diplomatic meeting in Washington on January 14th, where disagreements between the U.S. and its allies over Greenland remained unresolved. Danish officials left that meeting empty-handed, unable to shift Trump's position on what he has repeatedly called the complete and total acquisition of the island. The diplomatic failure set the stage for everything that followed. Interestingly, not everyone in Germany wanted to back down. Before the withdrawal, the head of the Bundeswehr Reservists Association...
Yeah, they say Germany was the last one that was actually They really didn't want to go anywhere, but they ain't had no choice. Daddy Trump told them, get out.
Had openly called for sending troops to block any American attempt to take Greenland. The statement was remarkable for its directness, a senior military figure suggesting that German forces should physically oppose American ambitions. It revealed that within Germany there were sectors willing to go much further against Trump, sectors that viewed the Greenland issue as a test of European sovereignty that could not be failed. But those voices were quickly silenced by the political establishment in Berlin, which apparently calculated that confrontation with Washington was not...
Watch this. I'm breathing right into my glasses.
Mm-hmm. Soon as he got ready to say he going to Washington, listen up.
The economic risk.
Well, not the economic risk. They ain't want to take no risk. They ain't want to mess with Trump. Huh? You see, Trump ain't. They know Trump ain't playing. What that precept I wanted. Which is 7. I think it's 8. Oh, hold up, y'all. I thought I had it. No, I guess I don't have it, y'all. Thought I had it though. Let's listen a little more. I'm finding the precept right quick.
Denmark's foreign minister addressed the diplomatic failure directly, acknowledging that the effort had not achieved its goals. According to the minister, there is no instant threat from China or Russia in the Arctic, at least not one that existing NATO structures cannot accommodate. The minister emphasized that Denmark has already invested billions to reinforce its defense capabilities in Greenland, building radar installations, upgrading airfields, and expanding naval patrol capacity. Copenhagen has taken Arctic security seriously for years, long before Trump turned his attention to the frozen island. But despite those investments and assurances, Danish officials admitted they did not manage to change the American position. Trump's desire to control Greenland remains firm, unmoved by arguments about alliance solidarity or international law. The minister's warning carried historic weight. According to Danish officials, any invasion or forced annexation of Greenland would mark the end of NATO as we know it, because it would turn an ally into a direct aggressor against another member. The alliance was built on the principle that members defend each other, not attack each other's territory. Article 5, the collective defense clause that binds NATO together, assumes external threats. It was never designed to address a scenario where the alliance's most powerful member threatens to seize territory from another. Trump's...
Who's that? The cruel law, y'all. That's Trump, DJ Trump. I found it, y'all. I finally got it. I mean, I had it down. Just had the wrong. Had the right book. Just had the wrong. It was down there, which is 7 and 20. Let's go up. I'm just go right straight to it, which is 20, which is Daniel 7 and verse 20. And of the 10 horns, and we know what 10 horns is. I spoke about that probably about 2-3 nights in a row, right? The 10 horns, which is the European Union / NATO, that were in his head of the what? Of the other, what other? America, which came up, and before whom 3 fell. What 3? World War, which was 3 wars, which was the French War, French, Spain, and British. Great Britain, France, and Spain. Right? Even of that horn, what horn? America, that had eyes in a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Huh? Meaning he doing what? He basically just looking down and on others, meaning he's being proud as hell. That's America. That's Trump. Looking down on all the allies, all his allies, NATO, EU, NATO, and he's being again Super proud with it. Hey man, this is prophecy unfolding, and it's prophecies that are going to take place. But again, y'all don't want to hear these things. Y'all don't want to hear America's end, America's downfall, because America has what? Has you all in that trap too, thinking, let's go back over here to this woman right here, right? Oh, where's she at? Then let her finish speaking. I'm gonna come back over here. Let her finish speaking, cause she, like you say, you ain't gonna hear this. No, you ain't gonna hear this on none of the other channels. So listen up.
Yeah, so I think he's banking, sort of, in a very insulting way, that Greenlanders are like stupid, uneducated people who doesn't follow the news around the world, and we're not. It's the exact opposite. We're going to be here hundreds of years after Donald Trump. Even if he invaded us, I think we would just wait him out like bad weather. Everyone here knows that the weather decides. If we get a storm, we may have to hunker down for a day or two, and we will hunker down for a year or two, or even 10 years or 20 years, and then we'll go back to Denmark as soon as Trump and his likes were gone.
No, America ain't gonna be that long.
Everyone wants a peaceful solution. Donald Trump is the only one who seems to want to fight, and I don't even think the American military would want to fight. It just seems crazy and unhinged. It seems like he's going to pay off some of his wealthy donors so he can run for president a third time, to be honest. That's what most Greenlanders are thinking. We don't know, but that's what we're thinking. They already did a poll last
She talking shit, ain't she, man? She talking big time.
year. 6% only was pro-American. I have seen a lot of videos on social media lately where they are saying, I'm sorry, I was wrong about MAGA, I was wrong about America. So I would think it would be even less percent now. So only 6% a year ago, and I think probably even fewer now. 85.
But you so smart though. They say y'all Denmark people so smart, but y'all play rolling with Trump numbers game. That's a numbers game, sweetie.
Percent overwhelmingly said no last year. As I said, I think
the elite put who the hell they want to put up in there. They want to put Trump in there for a third term, right? But I don't think this place going a third term. Trump, hey, we'll be very surprised if this place lasts to another term of another president.
the percentage is higher now, so no.
And where everything going, I don't see that. Don't see that. Because look at Trump. This man then putting tariff on what that was? Germany, France, UK, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and a couple of other ones. 8 of them. I think I named about 16. Eight of their allies. Tariff. That's why they got the hell up out of there.
Decisively no. Nobody wants NATO to be pitted against each other. Nobody. I mean, nobody, except maybe Donald Trump, and nobody knows why. We're thinking, is he too good friends with Putin, or what?
The elite knows why. The elite knows why. Right? And the prophets know why. The prophets definitely know.
What is happening here? Nobody wants Greenland to be a battleground.
It's prophecy.
But we have seen a lot of nations kind of step up, and as I mentioned, they're trying to do the last friendly gesture towards America, as well as displaying we do actually have military capabilities. We still want to be friends. But as you saw today, the Canadian Prime Minister, he went to China to try and make new relations. So if Donald Trump wants a new world order, okay, then that's what he's going to get. 74% of Americans, ordinary Americans, do not want to invade Greenland. And I think probably amongst those 74%, most of the military capability is probably in there. Because they know they will be attacking a NATO ally. They know they will be going into a European country. And since World War II, the Western Hemisphere has kind of...
See how she was talking? She was talking real good, wasn't she? And what happened? What happened? NATO troops evacuate Greenland amid Trump tariff threat. Huh? So they weren't finna put their country at risk with tariffs and going into what? Into deeper debt fooling around with Greenland. Huh? They wasn't going to do that. They gone. they out of here. Let's get hey man, Michael, man. I ain't read that in a minute. Michael 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. While they're playing the number games and watching the news and thinking that it matters, the wicked elite, they're doing what? Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. They're working at evil, and they're plotting to put what? To oppress you even more. Right? With what? With the New World Order. When the what? /MOTB. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. What's in the power of their hand? And they covered fields, meaning they what? They take land. They taking countries and take them by violence. Cause with what? With their military. They're gonna always bully and push around the what? The people that they know that can't stand with them militarily. And houses. So she's talking boldly against the what? That head beast, which is that deadly wound that was here, which is America. He's looking down on all of his NATO members, man. EU/NATO members.
Pressure campaign is testing that foundation in ways never before imagined, exposing fault lines that many assumed could never exist. Copenhagen finds itself walking a diplomatic tightrope with no safety net. While insisting that red lines must be respected, the minister also emphasized Denmark's desire to work with American friends and allies. The language was careful, diplomatic, designed to leave doors open even as positions hardened. Danish officials spoke of respectful cooperation and mutual understanding, phrases that sounded increasingly hollow as Trump's tariff threats materialized.
Y'all didn't read that hat? It said, "Make America go away."
But words about red lines mean nothing when you lack the power to enforce them. Denmark depends heavily on the U.S. security umbrella and cannot afford a prolonged confrontation with its most powerful ally. The asymmetry is brutal. Denmark needs America far more than America needs Denmark. Former U.S. Ambassador to Denmark, Carla Sands, offered a blunt counterpoint to Copenhagen's position. According to Sands, Denmark simply does not have the resources to protect Greenland adequately. The island is massive, the world's largest, with a population of only 56,000 people scattered across a territory larger than Western Europe. Danish military presence there is minimal, consisting mainly of a few patrol vessels and a small contingent of personnel. Sands argued that Russia and China are actively seeking to establish presence in the Arctic region, and that regardless of current politics, Greenlanders will eventually seek independence this century. Her comments add another layer of uncertainty to the island's future and suggest that some in Washington...
Independent? Man, that should be taken over overnight. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's hear her little cute thing a little more, y'all. Her little spiel before I go here. Let's finish, because she ain't got but like a minute or something left. No, less than a minute. Let's hear this, and I'm going to go over into this other thing here.
Banded together. So it's very weird that he's trying to do that. Some Europeans are hoping that maybe he's just trying to get them to really amp up their military quick. I don't think so. I think he wants Greenland, but we'll see.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. Now, U.S. finally launches action against what? Denmark military base in Greenland to what? To take over territory. Listen up.
Stunning intelligence revelation is sending shockwaves through Europe and NATO. According to newly leaked Danish defense documents, the United States Army has been quietly seeking detailed intelligence on key Danish military installations in Greenland. The reported targets include airfields, ports, and strategic facilities that could be used in a military invasion of the island. The report, first revealed by Denmark's Berlingske newspaper, alleges that American intelligence agencies have been collecting highly sensitive data on Greenland's defenses. These actions are said to directly violate long-standing bilateral agreements between Copenhagen and Washington, agreements built on trust between NATO allies. Greenland, an autonomous Danish territory in the Arctic, is sparsely populated but strategically immense. With just 56,000 residents, the world's largest island sits atop vast mineral resources and occupies a critical...
You think Trump went over there and got a president and took his ass and put him over there? He probably Tomo Bay somewhere. You think he gonna take that little island over there? Come on, man. He gonna get it. He gonna get that. He gonna get it. Because these are this is prophecy. It have to take place because why? Because for a purpose of what of them hating the whore, which is America. America is. Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? All these who? The European Union, which is Obadiah 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Why? For what? For war. This is World War III, y'all. Y'all want to hear that? But World War III is here. It's knocking on the door. Even to the border, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So DJ Trump ain't trying to hear nothing what y'all talk about. He's doing what? He's on a mission, and that mission does not require for him to have mercy on anyone. Who have Esau, Edom ever had mercy on anyway? They don't show mercy. They love blood. Habakkuk 2:6 again. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? Who's going to stop him? No one. Only one person. The only, like the Yahweh Shai say, when he come, who you are equally called Jesus, when he come back, he will not meet thee as a man. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. He's taking all the resources that Denmark and Greenland got. He gonna get all those minerals, the resources. By what? By force, which is what? Military force. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, until Yahweh shall come. That's how long, right? And that thick clay goes into what? Debt. America has all the debt, but they still can. How can America be in debt? Think about this here now. America in debt. America is controlling all of the NATO and EU and NATO allies, right? But America is trillions of dollars in debt. Make that make sense. One big old numbers game, that these devils gonna, it's I'm gonna sound stupid trying to explain it. Trying to explain the devil's ways. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, meaning possession. So hey man, Esau Edom, let Trump and them keep carrying on and doing what and prophecy. Let prophecy unfold. Let it do. Stop trying to. Y'all Israelites, y'all need. Well, you ain't gonna stop, because the Heavenly Father don't want you to stop. If He wanted you, He'll give you what? Give you this truth. So if He haven't given it to you, and you have no understanding concerning what I'm reading and going into concerning that the European Union / NATO is going to hate the whore. right? They're gonna hate the whore, and in the process of them hating the whore, it's gonna start a what? A war, World War III. NATO members, because look how fast they got their ass back over there in their own land, right? When Trump said he's gonna first initially start that 10% tariff on 8 NATO members, which is that we're gonna start a what? A actual trade war against who? His allies, and he didn't give a damn. Greenland ain't nothing but Greenland. 54,000 people. Who cares? They don't care. They didn't delete that many over. They didn't delete it 3 times. That amount over there in the so-called Middle East. They're not studying. Trump and them is not concerned with having mercy on anyone at all. They're not concerned with that. Let's finish the last 2 little preachers. I'm gonna close this out, man. Because thou, verse 8, Habakkuk 2 and 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him, meaning destruction, that covers an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, meaning that space programs, plane, we can fly, able to fly from state to state to country with the plane, satellites, right? Shooting lasers, burning up what? Cities. Woe to him that covers an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. So Esau, Edom, / America, we're gonna say America, right? They are thinking that they can escape the wrath of the Lord. Their what? That's their future is nothing but their future is captivity. That's their future. So let Esau, Edom keep pressing one another and coming up against one another, because why? Because that's what we need. That's what we need. But we really need that MOTB to start. Because once he do that, once he start forcing that MOTB and forcing y'all to and taking your little money and forcing y'all to go digital, that's gonna speed up what? Prophecy like no other. And you are gonna find yourself being part of what? That lake of fire, which is going to be in America. So that know say, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakudash, Shalom.